So first, I want to start off by showing the audience like Ben Affleck's greatest hits. First, we're going to look at this is one of the greatest paparazzi photos ever taken. And were Andy Warhol still alive, this would be a silkscreen print that would go for millions at Christie's. The paparazzi photo of a fed up Jennifer Garner in Ray-Bans, I think they're Ray-Bans, driving Ben Affleck to rehab, and he makes her stop for Jack in the Box or fast food. She can't even look at him. She is so disgusted. She's pushing the bag of food in his face while looking down. This shot said everything about their relationship. As we know, Ben went on to marry the quote unquote love of his life, Jennifer Lopez, who they were engaged 20 years ago. They like to say the media broke them up. What really broke them up was Ben went to a strip club while he was shooting a movie in Canada. And I will never forget the details of this story because I remember it was like my JFK assassination moment. I was on the beach reading the National Enquirer. It was this story about Ben at a strip club with his castmates who included Christian Slater. They were partying. He performed a sex act on a stripper in the club in front of everybody. They all went back to the mansion where they were staying. Somebody walked by a bathroom at some point and saw one of the strippers shaving Christian Slater's back. And I was like, these are the details that really make a story sing, you know? So let's take a look at J-Lo and Ben, maybe in the first flush of their newly rekindled romance. They're newlyweds. They're on the red carpet, strutting their stuff, showing how happy they are. Let's take a look at some of those moments in recent memory. So right now we're looking at, I believe this is one of Jen's premieres. So look at him get in her face. Look at, like, he's a big guy. This guy's like 6'3", I think. And it's her night and he's getting in her face. It's like, yeah, you can see the name of the movie. It's The Mother, I think. That was hers. Here we are at the Grammys. Oh, I love this one. Ben, his best grumpy face is on. They don't know the cameras are on them. And she basically elbows him and is like, hey, look alive. Okay, this is her crowd, not his. This is her work event. He needs to show up and support her. And he is being such a pill. So, by the way, whenever it's one of Ben's events, he's always on. Okay, now we're walking to the car. This is towards the end of the relationship, and you're going to see why. He opens the car door for Jennifer Garner. Sorry, J-Lo. I get confused. Okay, she steps inside, very daintily steps inside. Watch the slam. The arm like flies up. It's the most epic fuck you. He knows the cameras are there. He sees them. He's talking to the paparazzi at the end of that clip. And that, ladies, is what it's like to date Ben Affleck. Bill, your thoughts?
First thing I have to say is I never heard that part about Christian Slater before. I mean, who gets their back shaved by a stripper? I never heard that one before.
Well, I mean, it was like 4 a.m., you know, I mean, imagine what it was like there. But like, that's like, who exactly, like, hey, want to shave my back? Like, that stripper was earning her money that night. Okay. Anyway, go on.
The door slam, that's just in front of people. I've just given up. And it's funny coming from a guy who's, he could be a pretty good actor, depending upon the role he's taking. And he just can't do it. It's not there. He's just given up. He's given up on life at that moment, slamming the door in front of everyone, knows fully well it's going to be on the front page of every paper. I'm done. I've given up, and here it is for everyone to see.
Showing so much contempt for a woman who made an entire documentary about how much she loves him. Like, that's the thing. Like, don't date Ben Affleck. There was this great story. Well, okay, before we get into the latest quotes from some insiders who had some really juicy stuff to share with the New York Post, I want to go back to this clip of Ben Affleck on Howard Stern, because now he's trying to win back Jennifer Garner. He has been leaking that he would take her back in a heartbeat if she would have him. This woman is in a 7-year relationship with another man. But this was Ben on Stern about like 2 years ago, talking about why he had such a problem with alcohol.
We're probably at each other's throats. I'd probably still be drinking. You know, like it was just part of why I started drinking alcohol because I was trapped.
So, Bill, you've been married for a while now. You're coming up on your 12-year anniversary. So congratulations on that. Let's say, God forbid, you split up with your wife. Would you tell anyone, let alone Howard Stern, that your lovely wife drove you to drink?
I mean, I don't understand how you even discuss it publicly. It's so private, right? That's one, that would be, I would assume, what you consider your greatest personal failure. And you would want to, and I would assume.
Meaning the marriage ending, not the alcoholism.
Right. No, not the alcoholism. No, that's a struggle that people face all the time. But to blame that on the mother of your children, publicly put that out there for all to see, for eternity. They're going to see it over and over again. It just, to me, it goes to show the level of selfishness and just self-importance that he has. Clearly doesn't. I mean, he banged the nanny. He clearly doesn't think
allegedly.
Excuse me.
She did get a drop top Lexi out of it, a Lexus, which she told us about. But he's always denied that. But go on.
Allegedly, my mistake. Yeah, I mean, bring that back to the pictures with Jennifer Lopez on a big night for her, and he's, where she's elbowing him to smile. I mean, a person that can't even put a smile out there. I don't know. I don't know what goes on inside someone like that, like in his head. I can't place it. There are times where you see he looks like a great guy. He's out there smiling. He can be very charismatic. He's a great looking guy. He's had some great movies. But then you see these awful moments.
That's why he's so fascinating, because I am also a fan of his. Like, I may sound like I'm not, but I am. For a long time, I had a huge shame crush on Ben Affleck. But he, like, one of my so I love The Town. I think that's an incredible movie. I thought he did an incredible job with Argo. I love that movie. He also did one of the greatest DVD commentaries of all time for Armageddon.
I asked Michael why it was easier to train oil drillers to become astronauts than it was to train astronauts to become oil drillers, and he told me to shut the fuck up. So that was the end of that talk. He was like, Ben, just shut up, okay? This is a real plan, all right? I was like, you mean it's a real plan at NASA to train oil drillers? He was like, just shut your mouth.
And it was so funny. And you can see how this guy would be such a sparkling conversationalist. He displayed like self-awareness and self-deprecation. And he pointed something out that is painfully obvious about a movie that kind of put him on the map as a matinee idol, shows he has intelligence. And then he does stuff like this.
Yeah, it's you go back to just, the self-importance piece of it. It's just, he has to put himself out there publicly. I think there's a public image that he is so concerned with. And I think, maybe to a degree, part of that door slamming with Jennifer Lopez was, the masculinity part, where he couldn't be viewed as the weaker person in the relationship, the one without the power. So that was a public display of, it may look like she's running things, but I'm tired of her crap, and here it is for everybody to see.
Yes. I want to read this quote before we go into our theory as to why Ben cut and run so quickly with J-Lo, because his usual MO is to force the woman in his life into leaving him by treating her like shit. So this is a quote from someone who knows Affleck in this, it was this incredible story in the New York Post. It was like a Sunday, great, juicy read. Quote, "The dirty secret is that Ben, he's the diva. He's the one who likes attention and calls the paps and manipulates women. He love bombs you. And once he's got you, he gets bored and leaves. It's cruel. And anyone who remembers what he did." So this guy, again, we're promoting a movie. And his favorite thing is to love to run around and say, "I have no idea why everybody's so fascinated with my private life. Like, it's nothing to see here." Ana de Armas, this up and coming starlet at the time, she's building a nice career for herself, left him. And he had one of his children By the way, again, we all know what their children look like. I shouldn't really know what they look like, I think. He had one of his children take a life-size cardboard cutout of Ana de Armas and dump it in his trash containers in full view of the paparazzi.